Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 63 of our top 5 PvP battle series. If you guys are interested in sending your own clips in, you can send them to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. Starting us off today, we have got El Lobo on his Stamina Dragon Knight. And you can see he's right outside a friendly keep here that has taken some siege from the yellow. He turns with a huge leap on the group there, but mostly that defensive leap to get that big AoE stun and just get him a little bit of time to get his buffs back up. He's going to cycle a few heavy attacks here and just keep the dots down as best he can as he tanks out the pressure from this group. Just moving around the post here. The yellow player's applying a lot of pressure to his tail here, and El Lobo just stays mobile, using that shuffle to allow him to ignore those snares as well. And the yellow group has now opened up the front door, and El Lobo's just going to apply pressure to the back end here. They're a little bit less zealous jumping on him. He gets some great dot pressure in there and a huge executioner on that cancel to bring one of the players down there. Two players, actually. One of them going down to the leap there, and El Lobo's just going to keep applying pressure here. He dots up the first player. That guy goes into his sword and board ultimate, and El Lobo goes for the target shift. Nice stun with the heavy attack there, but he's just going to keep his defense up, reset his buffs here, and just reopen on these guys. He's got the leap ready as well. A big stun with the leap, and then going for the executioners there. This guy unable to out-heal the damage, and down he goes, and the enemy Stamsork just getting out of there as fast as he can. And El Lobo says, no, you're not getting away. He's got a few more friends in here as well. He quickly opens up with some dots on this enemy Sorcerer. Good off balance there, picking up the kill with the Executioner. And he's going to reset his buffs again and open up on this enemy Stamsork. A huge leap there, clipping the Stamsork for big damage, but he takes a huge heal from that friendly Sorcerer. And El Lobo follows them back out the door. The Sorcerer splits out one way, and the Stamsork runs this way, tries to get into stealth. But he just stood there, and El Lobo quickly finds him, pulls him out of stealth. There's the off balance, the stun off the partial charged heavy, and he cleans that fight up. Great stuff. And coming in for our next clip here, we have got some Stamina Nightblade brought to us by Evoar One. And right off the bat, he's got a lot of yellow chasing him here. He opens a big combo on that first player there, but just taking a bunch of punishment from the group. Does a great job avoiding the attacks that he can, but he's forced into his cloak from all the undodgeables as well. Goes for the attack on the enemy warden there, but just a great split with the stealth. Gets stuck a little bit on the tree here, but a good roll, big rally heal, and right back into his cloak. And Evoar One getting a really good stun with the off-balance heavy attack there, and right back into his cloak again, just maintaining his resource there, and he takes a nasty stun from the Sork's defensive rune, quickly breaks it, kites back behind the rock, and he's going to reset his heal, goes for the heavy attack, a nice amount of damage with that heavy attack into what looked like the surprise attack, and a nice snappy cancel to bring that yellow player down. Tries to pepper up the next one, but taking a lot of pressure again. He just comes back out to the side here, tries to cloak coming in, quickly pulled out of cloak by the AoE, but he still gets the bash off on the rezzing player there, but he's not going to be able to stick that kill. Quickly gets a bash on the next player, going for the res. There we see the fear and a huge combo with the surprise attack cancel to bring that guy down. And right away, Evoar right back into stealth. Just nukes that guy trying the res. Oh my lord. Just 100-0 on that poor guy. And now he's got 3 players left on top of him. Really great sidestep on that Dawnbreaker there. He's going to turn onto this Sork. A nasty stun there, hitting him with the surprise attack as well, bringing him down. And Evoar is going to reset the buffs out of stealth, just dodging those incoming attacks. Tries to go for the combo again, just hit by that javelin. And he's just going to switch targets to the enemy Templar there. The poor level 20 just goes down right away. And Evoar has got his last target left. This guy decides he's going to try to res. And yeah, that's never the right option. Really good stuff, though. And for our next clip, we have got Nirnstorm returning on his Magicka Dragon Knight. And he's hanging outside a resource here. And a poor blue wanders inside, and Nirnstorm just starts hammering him with the whips, dotting him up, and then hits him with that supercharged power lash. Down he goes. Another player comes in. The third player behind them as well. And Nirnstorm's just going to head up the stairs a little bit. Just kite these guys out a little. And then right into that meditate. And he gets so much sustain from that meditate. And now he turns around. He's going to just dot these guys up. Try to go for the dot up on the Templar here. The Templar does not purge it. He takes advantage of that. Hits him with a super hard whip combo after the leap to bring him down. The other player unable to defend himself from the combo as well. And there's the fossilize into the whip to bring the third one down. and Nirnstorm's just going to quickly clear out a couple guards here. Another blue player comes into the tower, and he's fairly bulky. Nirnstorm, again, just brings down the hammer on this guy, and he does his best to just kind of avoid Nirnstorm's damage. He's not even fighting back. Nirnstorm just putting a ton of pressure into this guy, and he's doing his best just to kite it out. And there's the FPS drop. Really nice stuff. Back he comes here. Huge leap on top of that guy. He goes for the dot up again, and we've got more blue players converging on top of him. Nirnstorm quickly resets with his wings here, comes to the top of the tower, and he's just going to drop off the edge here. And he went, I think, for a little bit of a meditate there, but the animation of dropping does cancel the meditate animation, and Nirnstorm is re-engaging with these guys on the corner there. And they're putting a lot of pressure into Nirnstorm. He's doing his best to kite out this damage, and he's got his ultimate ready. He's waiting for them to drop off the edge. There's the big AoE dot up into that leap. 1, 2, and the third whip. 3 players down just like that. Nirnstorm starts buttering up the 4th player, and there's the fossilize into the whips as well. He's trying to escape. No, you don't get away. And the last player here, he tries to get out of there, opting not to try to res his fellow players, definitely making the right move, actually blocking Nirnstorm's leap, but taking that nasty fossilize, and down he goes. Great fight. And for our next clip, we have got Bucko on his stamina Nightblade, bringing us some more of that goodness, just working this yellow group, putting huge damage into that Templar as he tries to get the res there, and Bucko himself taking a lot of punishment, quickly going back into stealth and trying to open up on this enemy Nightblade. Big damage into this guy, catching him with the fear, but the enemy Nightblade gets into cloak, and Bucko taking a nasty amount of damage from that sniper in the back there, but a really good read afterwards to dodge the second incoming snipe. And he's going to stop this guy with the bash there, try to hit him with the damage off the surprise attack, but again, he takes damage from the enemy players. Good read on the snipe again, and Bucko just sneaking in that super cheeky bash, the fully charged heavy into the ultimate, hits him with the attack again. The enemy player just getting healed by the Templar, and Bucko again taking a nasty gank from that enemy sniper. He's going to go right back into his cloak here, and now he's going to play those Nightblade games. This enemy Nightblade going in and out of stealth. He tries to hit Bucko with the stun there. Bucko actually getting a good read with the block. Back into a heavy attack there, trying to get some sustain back as these guys converge on the top of the keep here. Bucko just kites them out to the side. Resets his buff. He's not going to panic. Turns around with just a heavy attack. Again, that's a really good strategy just to maintain his resources here until he finds that moment to open on a single opponent. Here he finds the single Nightblade. He goes into stealth, and Bucko picks up a huge off-balance stun on that guy right into the surprise attack cancel, dropping him to 10% hit points. The enemy meteor coming down. Bucko hits that block, rolls out of that, and then right back down the side of the staircase here. He's looking for his right potion there, just getting continually mobbed on by this yellow group, but doing a fantastic job kiting them out. And just look at that combo on the back end of the group there as they all run around the corner. Really great footwork to not get pulled into those AoE circles as well. And Bucko again finds himself with just the Nightblade, unable to hit a combo on him again, but doing a great job just fencing off the enemy player's stealth. He opens up on this guy here, hits him with a super nasty stun, and the enemy player just a little slow to break it, and he is punished for that mistake. Another super nasty fear into the spectral bow, a massive 16k splat on that guy, and Bucko is starting to put the bodies down in the middle of the tower here. He gets the interrupt with his bash there, fears the player behind him, and there we see a nasty silence on that enemy Templar with the ultimate as Bucko gets ganked from the Nightblade from behind there. He's going to come back up to the top and ensures the bash again. This enemy player does not heal himself, and Bucko quickly brings him down with the ultimate, taking again another thrashing from those Nightblades in stealth, but Bucko doing a great job just countering here. The enemy player dropping the ballista as well, and Bucko just rolling out those attacks, getting dropped super low, but gets out to the top of the tower here. And just look at this beautiful play. He quickly turns and burns the low hit point player with his buffs down, just punishing the yellow again for just making the slightest mistake with that high damage Nightblade build. And Bucko's just going to put the pressure on this guy in the back, hits him with a nasty fear, goes for the surprise attacks, but he's jumped on by that enemy Templar. Just does a good job rolling that Dawnbreaker as well, and he's going to cut back through the end of the group, circle around, hits a huge combo on that enemy Nightblade, and Bucko's forced back into his cloak, and he just re-approaches right away from his cloak. Huge damage with the surprise attacks there, and that player is unable to block out the damage. Bucko gets back into his cloak here, but he's got a lot more yellow players converging on this location. He decides not to try to hold that open spot. I think that's definitely the right call here, and he heads back into the top of the tower here. And he's got this pesky Nightblade on him again. Someone's continuously throwing the marks down on him here too. A huge combo on that player there with the silence, and that guy just does not respond properly. Bucko catches him with the attack at the end of the roll there, and a nasty combo on that next player there. The poison injection tick bringing him down, and Bucko's got 2 bodies at the top of the tower. There's the off-balance stun. So much finesse, and Bucko just absolutely cleaning up in this tower here. Great stuff. And for the final clip of the day, we have got some Stamina Sorcerer goodness brought to us by BIZZLE. And wow, this is an absolutely amazing clip. Just look at the huge army of yellow converging on this resource here. BIZZLE tries to slap them with the Dawnbreaker right away, but decides to head into the tower here, definitely making the right call with so many yellow pouring on this location. And a single guy comes in to try to challenge him here. A lower level player, but this guy is incredibly bulky, just taking very little damage. And BIZZLE's not going to waste too much pressure on that and just watch the rest of the players here trying to go for a combo on this Templar. A nasty off balance on her, tries to hit the Executioner, but BIZZLE not committing to the offensive pressure here. And I definitely think that's the right call. Instead, he picks up the kill on the player on the top there. Really clean stuff with the Dawnbreaker. This guy's trying to go for the res, and BIZZLE gets stunned by the incoming attack, breaking the stun animation cancel into the bash, and then a beautiful cancel combo off the dizzy swing to punish that guy for attempting the res there, and right away onto the next target here. Huge combo with the Dawnbreaker, finishing that guy just with the light attack poke. And just like that, BIZZLE is really cleaned up the top end of the fight here, but there are a lot more yellow on this location. And he tries to get the combo on this guy here, opting out of sticking around the bottom of the resource. Again, this is just flipping for yellow, so they're going to be pouring in from that spot. And BIZZLE making a good choice, just trying to hold the top where the bodies are here. But yeah, now look at this. The yellow are all over this tower. There isn't really a safe angle here. And BIZZLE getting a great dot up on this guy here. Drops the Dawnbreaker, getting a good stun on one of the players, finishing him with the dizzy swing. And look at this. The rest of the group starting to take a bit of damage from him here. BIZZLE just backing up. The very tanky player there coming in with his ultimate. And BIZZLE actually clipping him with a nice little combo there, but just coming back around the edge. One of the yellow players able to get the res off. And BIZZLE is now at the top of the tower here. Hits this guy with a lot of damage off his bow there. Trying to swing at him with a greatsword there. And the enemy player drops off the edge. BIZZLE finding himself alone with this enemy Templar. Really nice stuff with the Dawnbreaker. And he brings that guy down. He's going to head down to the bottom here, taking the stun from the Templar from behind there. Really good stuff with that dodge roll, how he rolls through the opponent that stunned him instead of rolling in front, so he doesn't eat the jabs from the Templar there. And BIZZLE's just doing his best to apply pressure. He's actually hit by a knockback there that knocks him out of the Dawnbreaker's reach from the opponent. So a little bit of a nice knockback from the opponents, and BIZZLE picking up a huge combo on this guy with the Dawnbreaker into the dizzy. Unfortunately, that player responds well with the healing power. BIZZLE moves back up to the top here, hitting a nice dizzy swing again, setting this player off balance. Let's see if he can get this kill here. There we see the next dizzy swing. He gets hit by the javelin, and BIZZLE just doing his best to try to pick up these kills. He's got an impressive amount of healing power on this Stamp Sorc, but he is not incredibly durable if he gets spiked by a nasty combo, so he's just moving around and continuing to work this group. There we see a nice setup on this Templar, but again, he's denied the combo by the enemy stuns. Goes for the Dawnbreaker, the Executioner off the roll dodge cancel, and another yellow goes down. And BIZZLE wastes no time. Poison injection, setting the next kill off here, hitting him with the bash as well, and quickly finishing off the player that's trying the res. BIZZLE taking a lot of pressure, just rolling a ton of incoming attacks and pounding that dark deal just to keep the health up, get that stamina back, and turns around and responds with a Dawnbreaker of his own. All the yellow players, I believe, tried to chase. Note, we've got one guy going for the res on the right there. BIZZLE gets hit by the opposing Atronach there. This guy's still trying to get the res off. BIZZLE going to go for the dizzy swing into the Executioner. Good damage on that guy, but not quite enough to get the combo that he needs. and now the yellow players have picked up their dead, and McBizzle again is left with the challenge of fighting all of these players in the tower. A huge combo on that guy there as he pulls out his map for a second, and McBizzle punishing him for that. This enemy Templar trying to get the counter stun instead of healing himself. McBizzle hitting him with a huge combo again, just nuking these guys down. Another beautiful kill. The absolute monster amount of damage on this Stamsork. McBizzle just cutting through them like butter. And this guy's going to try to res. There's the Interrupt, the Dawnbreaker, and the Executioner. Another yellow goes down, and McBizzle ends up cleaning up the fight. And for our bonus outro clip today, we have got Urzbn on his Stamina Necromancer, bringing you guys some absolute carnage, so I hope that you guys enjoy. Thank you everybody for sending in those beautiful clips. Links, of course, to every content creator featured in today's episode down below. If you guys want to send in your own clips for the top 5 or send in a build to be featured on the channel, you can send that to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. If you want to catch some live gameplay from me, you can check out my Twitch down in the description below. If you guys want to keep up to date with my shenanigans, give me a follow on Twitter. Check out my website, KristoferESO.com, for fully written build guides, as well as a hub for all of my ESO content. We are sponsored by What the Fast. They're a VPN for gamers. They give me better ping to my favorite games, and they're free to try for the first 30 days. No credit card to sign up. And finally, a big thank you and shout out to all of the patrons for the channel. If you guys really love the show and you want to help support it, you can always become a patron yourself. Without your help, I wouldn't be doing this, so a big thank you again to everyone. Thank you everyone just for watching, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Have a great night, everyone.